Nigeria's National Security Advisor Ribadu is telling the Canadian government to go to hell because they denied our army chiefs Canadian visa. I repeat, the National Security Advisor, Nigeria's National Security Advisor Ribadu, is telling the Canadian government they should go to hell. Why? Because they denied our army chiefs Canadian visa. They treated them like a commoner. They are supposed to attend an engagement honoring war veterans in Canada, but this Canadian government denied Nigeria's army chief, biggest black nation, biggest economy in Africa, our army chiefs, they denied them visa. This is a message they are sending to the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is a very, very big message, and I believe that the government would save face and respond sanctions on Canada. Please sanction Canada. It is not good for our foreign, our foreign policies and agreements, our foreign interests. It is not good. Our international relation is something else, because the powers that be, the United States and Canada, the way they treat Nigeria, the way this current government, Trump government, will treat Nigeria and Africa, man, is going to be, they are going to be spitting on our faces. You see, Nigerians are reacting to this. Many people are laughing the current administration, calling them all sort of names. What would I say? What can I say? We are operating a system that does not work. We are operating a system that is not for good governance. So the system will produce the kind of leaders we are seeing today, that becomes a disgrace in the world, that are being disrespected somehow all over the world. Somebody on Twitter said, no country on earth will deny Obasanjo's army chiefs entry visa. Them no born Canada well. Their decision is a new low for Nigeria. It is see finish. Just when you think that things can't get any worse, they score a new low. Tinubu is a local champion with zero international clout. This is from Twitter. It is a new low. I've told you, Nigerian voters, we know leaders that will bring good governance to us. These international people, they are sending signals to Nigerians what they think about Nigeria and its governance, its government. Because how would on earth the Canadian government refuse to, do you know what it is? Have you met the office of the chief of, do you know what it is? I don't understand. Do you know what it is? Imagine on Obasanjo, they will stop his chief of staff from entering Canada. They will not give him visa. Now, the reasons why they didn't give them visa, we are not clear about it. But you see, there are so many speculations going on. So many speculations. Some people say that some of these guys cannot enter the United States. They are not free to enter the United States. Instead, they are hobnobbing with France, going to Paris, UK, and other countries. This regime, this Trump's regime, is going to expose a lot of things. I pray he focuses on Nigeria and Africa. All those things hidden that have been hidden over the years, let them expose it. Because this system has to change. This system is bringing this disgrace to us as a people. When we conduct elections in Nigeria, somebody will say, snatch it, grab it, and run away with it. And you expect people to respect you. You run a propaganda. Even though these people that are not giving you visa, they are not saying to. But however, there's a level of respect that you demand. Respect is earned. Yes, respect is earned. Because I won't see any reasons why. I think this will be the first, I've not done my research, but I think this will be the first time a chief of defense staff is being denied visa. Most of our politicians cannot enter some countries. Somebody like El Rufai, I don't know whether he can enter United States after making that threat that anybody that come here and do anyhow, they will go back in body bags. I don't know whether he can enter the United States. Reno Mokri have been asking him that he should provide himself for a first-class trip to the United States. He will sponsor the trip to the United States. That is how our leaders are. Now, who is bringing bad name to the country? Is it you, Ugochukwu, or Ismaila? or Danjuma or Kayode or Ogene Kome, are they the ones bringing bad name to Nigeria? Is it Nigerians that are the ones not giving visa? Some Nigerians are getting visa. Our chief of defense staff is not getting visa. What is his crime, Canada? Please tell us. Tell us. But let's come back to Nigeria. If we take on this posture, if we take on this system of running politics in Nigeria, we are going to be fooling and exposing ourselves. We are going to be robbing ourselves on the gutter. You can't have El-Rufai's son said something and we are concerned about it. El-Rufai's son said calling somebody Pablo Escobar. If Pablo Escobar arrests my father, this one will happen, that one will happen. So among themselves, there is an allegation on the leader of the biggest black nation on earth, that is drug baron, drug lord of Pablo Escobar, and that will not sit down well with international communities, except countries that want to benefit, because it is about interest though. You see, if they know that your government is somehow, and the government really needs that country, the government that is somehow really needs that country, the government will have to pay a lot. So if we have a reputation like this as a country, where do you think we are going? Where do you think we are going? Inwards. We are talking about Bigote, Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. Inwards. People are talking about going to the moon. People are talking about other things. Well, I have no say on what Canada wants to do and will do with their visa. But if I were the Nigerian government, will have to send a message. Thank God Ribadu is saying that they should go to hell. We don't care. What is their contribution to us? I wish our African leaders, they can wake up and realize that these people, we have our resources and we can be able to be okay, feed ourselves, take care of ourselves with our resources, and not be having alliance like the one that Fulani is having with the British, not becoming a puppet to a particular government. If we do what is right within the system, we create a system that works, a structured system that works. We don't have to rely on going to Chatham House every year, every 4 years, to come and be doing debate. It will be as if the person that did not go to Chatham House might not, at the end of the day, be able to win the elections. Any spot you have issues, you want to go for holiday, you can't do your holiday in Nigeria. You go to France and Paris. You don't want to go to UK for what private visits. Our leaders who abandon the healthcare system in their country and be going for. We are the ones that expose ourselves, and we have most people that are assets to other countries. And why would they respect you? Do you know what it is? A chief of the defense staff will go to the airport and they will deny chief of this. The blessing, I don't know what they happen. Beyond what I want to say, there are things I want to say about Nigeria, but let me be so soft on the Nigerian government. Nigerian government needs to save face, like what Canada did to United States. When United States put sanctions on them, Canada also did their own. So that is what the Nigerian government should do at this point in time. Even though they don't have a good image, but because we know that the root of this problem is that Africa as a region, both China, both Russia, both United States, both UK, they are looking for how to prey on Africa. Yes, they are looking on how to rubbish a black man. Look at what South Africa is doing to the United States. I agree. Even though we are worse in our current state, we need to have some dignity. Even though we have criminals in government, because the people we are selling ourselves to, they don't send you. They want to turn you to slaves. This is how I play my politics. The greater good. The greater good. That's how I play my politics. The greater good. You cannot throw away the baby and the bathwater together. You cannot. You don't have to. We know that this government, criminals now food there, criminals, and they are going nowhere. So we cannot sell our country. Okay, for instance, now we say CDS, now Mumu now, the APC, for instance, APC government, criminals, giving the country a bad name, blah blah blah. Hey, okay, what's the solution? The solution is that they should sell this country. Okay, who do we sell to? Let's sell it to China. Okay, we sell it to China. China take over the country, and you that are making out, you now see Chinese character on you. You know that the Chinese said they don't like you. The Chinese that are claiming they are not. The Canadian government, if they take over your economy, like what they did in South Africa, you know that they don't like you. So anything that has to do with those people, if it's amongst us, we can blast ourselves. But anything that has to do with a black man, Africa, and a white man, my brother, I'm not siding with any white person. Because you know that their intentions, if you have read history, you know their intentions from the beginning. They meant no good for you. They brought us sort of lies and manipulations to take away our resources and build theirs. And still, they are still interested in taking away our resources again. And our leaders, foolish as they are selling themselves to these people, to these Chinese people, to these British people, to these Americans, to the Russians. We are selling ourselves for cheap because we don't get sense and we don't have vision. We claim we have sense. We claim we can speak English. It's only to just go and be drinking beer, be chopping amala, be offering salad and everything, be chopping, giving birth, sleep with different women, build house. At the end of the day, no impact. You cannot fix anything. Your people are inventing. Africans are not the ones inventing. No. People take the pain to invent things. They invented electricity. So you don't have to start looking for how you can invent electricity. The technology is there. You have the resources. You have all it takes to fix electricity in Nigeria. But you cannot with your professor degree, with your technicality, with your whatever, with your go to school. You see them in the House of Assembly, Agbada. In the House of Rep, Agbada. Moving up and down like Otondo, up and down. You think they have sense. They don't get sense. So if they get sense, they're supposed to fix this country a long time. If they get sense, their own small constituency, the money we then give them, they're supposed to fix them. It will have stood out. If they get sense, they will stand and fight for what is good. You need to, if a foundation is faulty, you need to bring down the house and fix the foundation. So don't give us excuse that I'm the only good person here. You are the only good person there. You're not talking. You're not challenging the status quo. You're not willing to go down to challenge the status quo. You have not started. If a house has faulty foundation, if you don't make effort to make sure that you pull down that building and restructure the foundation, there's nothing. So we deserve what we get from the disgrace that we're getting from the international communities. What a disgrace to Nigerian army. This is what it means. It means that they don't rate you people. They don't rate our leaders. It's a show of contempt. And everybody is blaming APC government for all this. Blaming Tinubu for all this. Blaming the kind of system they are creating. Well, however, somebody says all the chiefs have no integrity whatsoever. If you check very well, they have stains on them. This is a work against cartel, I think. Trump is threatening Canada government tariffs. You get the gameplay. Yeah. Obasanjo stopped coups and wars, but Echo was shattered under the flying mammal, a proper pretender to the throne. You can't put a crown on a clown and expect a king. All this for the current APC administration. So anything that happens, if it goes south, you are blaming the government. But the government itself have showed themselves. They think that by playing the kind of policy they play, if you don't have the support of the people, if you are creating an imaginary support of the people, it's unfortunate that you go nowhere. You need the people's support. You need governance, good governance, to have a good image. You need good governance to have a good image in Nigeria, in Africa. You need good societies. You need to practice systems that work in order to have a good image. The international bodies, organizations are watching, and this is what we get. Imagine our chief of defense staff is being denied visa. I never see this kind of thing before. I never ever see. I never see. May God help Nigerians to realize that it is in their hands to change this system, and this system can be changed. Because these politicians that you see there, they are not interested. They are blindfolded with the monies that they are collecting and the monies they have access to.